Okay guys, so the last one we did quarter notes. Quarter note beat and quarter note fill. Now this lesson we're going to go on to eighth notes. Okay, how to count eighth notes, how to play an eighth note beat, and then how to play an eighth note fill. So eighth notes we're counting 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So pretty much we're just putting an and in between each of the quarter notes. And remember, we're picking up where we left off last lesson. So we're going to actually look at the same beat that we were playing, that quarter note groove. Now we're just going to be changing one thing, and that's the hi-hat. We're going to be changing the hi-hat notes from quarter notes to eighth notes, okay? Our kick and our snare are still going to land at the same spot. Our kick's on 1 and 3, our snare's on 2 and 4, and it's still in a 4/4 time signature. Our hi-hat's going to be counting more notes than last time, and there's going to be certain notes on our hi-hat that we're not going to be playing snare or kick. And that's going to be on the ands. So all the ands, the hi-hat's just going to be by itself. Now, a good method that you can use, and I'll show you this, to just get comfortable with now learning this new eighth note beat and getting it down with using your kick and your snare still in the 2 and the 4 spots, is what I'm going to do is I'm going to play 2 measures with just my hi-hat counting the eighth notes. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and another measure after that. So 2 measures just hi-hat. Then I'm going to go 2 measures playing my kick on 1 and 3 in the measure with my hi-hat. So it'll be 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Then we're going to move on to no kick, but now we're going to be playing snare and hi-hat. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and then one more measure after that. So 2 measures hi-hat by itself, 2 measures hi-hat and kick, and then 2 measures hi-hat and snare. So you can play along with me. The reason we're doing this is just so you can get familiar with what it feels like to now play eighth notes on your hi-hat and still combine your kick and your snare. You might notice that it's easy right off the bat to play, you're just focusing on 2 things. But as soon as we add them all together at the same time, you might have a little bit more difficulty. So that's why we're breaking it up into first just getting the feel with kick, snare separately. Okay? So try it with me here nice and slow. All right, now that you've got that comfortable, let's put it all together, okay? I'm going to count off 1, 2, 3, 4, and you're going to come in with me. Remember, you're starting on the 1, so your kick and your hi-hat are always coming down together on the 1. Okay, one thing I want to address is I'm playing to a metronome. I'm playing to a click, so my timing's right on with that metronome. Now, when you're first starting out, your timing's not going to be as comfortable. It's going to be very hard for you to stay on time while you're worrying about all of these things. Okay, so don't worry about playing it exactly to the click like I am. If you can, that's awesome. You are doing great and you're ahead of the curve. For most people, when they're just learning the eighth note beat, it might be tricky to be on time and your dynamics are going to be all over the place. Don't worry about it. What I want you to do is, just press pause and just play for a while, getting that eighth note groove down. Don't worry about the metronome just yet. Just make sure that you're hitting your notes on top of each other. What you don't want is to be flamming your hi-hat and whatever your snare or your kick drum. If those are happening at different points, if they're not coming down solid together, then you need to slow it down and really concentrate on making your notes clear. You want that one to be right on with each other, the kick and the hi-hat. And then and by itself, you want that two to be nice and sharp, your hi-hat and your snare hitting at the same time. So that's the importance of just practicing it slow, guys. Build those good habits. Don't learn bad form, bad habits. Now, after you get it nice and lined up and you're comfortable with all your notes lining up on top of each other correctly, then you want to focus on dynamics. Are you hitting your bass drum hard enough? Or are you slamming too hard on your hi-hat? The tendency is hi-hat's chunking away and bass notes, kick drum's really soft. When you get it comfortable where you don't have to think so hard and you're not counting every single note, you get the rhythm, then focus on really stepping on that kick, nice clean notes with the snare, and keeping your hi-hat volume at the proper height, okay? It's okay if you're coming up high, just make sure your notes have good clarity. All right, guys, so that's what you want to look out for when you're practicing this, okay? You don't want to just jump ahead, before you get those things clean. And that's what your practice time is all about. Looking at your dynamics, looking at your consistency, and then you want to practice to the metronome like you did with me here. Practice along with me. Make sure that your time is getting better, because that's key. And congratulations, you just learned the eighth note beat, one of the most important beats you can learn. Okay, guys, so play it out, practice those things, remember dynamics, remember clarity, and remember timing. All right, have fun.